All right, so Excel spreadsheet. And somebody give me the numbers that we did last time. Just those numbers, the first 5 or 6 numbers.
Was it the 71, 72, 78, and 80?
71, yeah. 72, 78.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 78, 80.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought there was 5, but there was only 4. Okay.
That's what I have.
That's
all
what
right,
I have
so over here, and I'm going to make this bigger where y'all can see it. And I'm not doing the spreadsheet to make y'all use the spreadsheet, although I do suggest that you take CPT 170 because it teaches you how to use it. And you use Excel spreadsheet in every daggum profession office there is. So
I took that class and I don't remember anything about it.
Okay, well.
It's really easy. I'm taking that right now.
Well, except for Miss Johnson, it should be a good class.
Yeah, I kind of ruined it.
Where do you live, Miss Johnson? I saw those trees in the backyard. Where do you live?
Seneca.
Seneca? I don't know about Seneca. All right. I didn't know if you lived in Westminster or somewhere like that. That's why I'm familiar more with Westminster, Highway 24.
No, I live in Seneca.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to go with the mean. Remember, the mean is also called X bar. It's also called the average. It's also called mu. Okay? So all of those mean the same thing. And the mean is the summation of all these numbers divided by how many numbers there are, which is 4. And there's the mean. The median is equal to, and we get, well, how many numbers do we have? We have 4. When n is a even number, like 4, 6, 8, 10, you got to take the middle 2 numbers and average them together. We're going to do several of these because I want to make sure everybody knows how to do it, because 80% of your test is going to be doing what we're doing right now. Okay? Okay. Mode. What does mode mean? Mode means the number that shows up the what?
The most.
The most. We don't have one here, so we put 0. No, we do not. Calculated middle. Let me try to trying to work this out for y'all's notes also, so give me a second. There you go. Calculated middle. Mode, I'm going to put does not exist or non-applicable, meaning I don't have one. Okay? Range. Range is equal to the highest minus the what?
Lowest.
Lowest. I'm going to put capital H. Highest, or I'll just put high minus low. There we go. So that's going to be equal to the 80 minus 71. And then the mid-range. The mid-range is the same as the midpoint. Okay? I'm going to put midpoint out here because they mean basically the same thing. Okay? Equals the highest plus the what? The lowest divided by 2. So it's kind of like what you did with the median, only you take the highest plus the lowest. Oh, I didn't do the median. Sorry.
I was just about to ask you that.
72 plus 78 divided by 2. There you go. Okay, so at this point, we've just about found everything we need, except there's 2 things we haven't found. I'm going to move everything down. And I'm going to call this X, because each one of these are X. I can't stand for things to be not centered. That's one of my, kind of like my, also I can't stand for things to be not sitting right in the back of my truck. I can't stand for that either. So I've got a couple of weird things. All right. Now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to write, let me pull up my handy dandy whiteboard. I'm going to write the formula down for the variance and the standard deviation. Now when I do that, it's going to look all scholastic and all academic, but it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so don't be intimidated when you see it. As soon as I can get everything pulled up again, there we go. All right, but I do want you to write it down because I want you to actually read it, because you're going to read it and it's going to tell you what to do. All right, the variance is equal to the summation of x minus x bar, quantity squared, divided by n minus 1. And the standard deviation is equal to the square root of the variance. Now it's very important that you understand that last statement, because I don't care what section you're in with statistics. I don't care if you're in advanced statistics or if you're in introductory level. The standard deviation is always the square root of the variance. Whether you're doing it with a binomial distribution, whether you're doing it with basic statistics, whether you're doing it with regression, whether you're doing it with all the different aspects of statistics, anytime you want the standard deviation, you take the square root of the variance. Okay? Now, let's find the variance. Now, first of all, let's read the formula. All right? Let's go inside out. What does the inside the parentheses say? X minus what?
X
bar. That's what X bar is right there. Well, what is X bar?
I have no idea.
What is X bar?
X repeating.
I just highlighted it. Let me highlight it in
Mean.
yellow. The mean. Okay? So, if X bar is the mean, then what do I need to do with each one of these X's? Subtract the what?
The X bar, the mean.
Exactly. So I'm going to make a column here, and it's going to be called X minus X bar. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to make a column right beside your X's, and you're going to do X minus X bar. Now I want you to take your calculator. There's Mr. Robinson. You slipped in on me. Okay? I'm going to take each one of those numbers, and I'm going to subtract X minus X bar. Now it's very important that you write down every step of this in your notes. Because if you wait and try to do a homework problem and you don't have your notes, you're not going to know what to do. All right? So make sure you write it down. I want you to take your calculator, and I want you to take 71 minus 75, 72 minus 75, 78 minus 75, and 80 minus 75. I'll do that last one for you. It'll be 5. Okay? Then make that column out, and I'm going to do it right here on the handy dandy spreadsheet, equals this number minus this number, F4 to lock it. And y'all should get the same numbers I get. Oh, I'm sorry. I subtracted the median and got 5. I meant 4.75. I'm sorry. Okay, so we just did, and I'm going to take my handy dandy highlighter, and I'm going to highlight this box right here. I'm going to oh me, oh my, Monday. I'm going to highlight it kind of that bluish color. And we just basically did, I'm going to highlight another bluish color right here. We basically did this right here, right? Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, now what do we do after that? X minus X bar, what do we do?
It has to be squared.
It has to be squared, so I'm going to make the next column. And we're going to call this column, parentheses, X minus X bar quantity squared. Not supposed to be capital. I suck. X minus X bar. There we go. All right, now somebody take your calculator, everybody take your calculator and square each one of those. Basically, you're going to make them positive. So equals parentheses, or I don't have to use parentheses, that number raised to the second power. And that's those numbers. And I'm going to take my handy dandy highlighter and I'm going to highlight that kind of burnt orange. And I'm going to highlight this, that kind of burnt orange. And I'm going to highlight that parenthesis, and that 2 right there. So we just squared everything. Everybody with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, now what are we going to do to that X minus X quantity squared?
You gotta divide it by n minus 1.
Not yet. We got something else up there in the numerator, but I'm glad you said that. But we got something else in the numerator. What else? That funky looking E. And that's called sigma. Write that down. S-I-G-M-A. It's uppercase sigma. Lowercase sigma is little O with a little pompadour on top of it. Okay? So I'm going to highlight that. Let's give me a highlight. What I haven't used yet. That magenta. There. And that means, does anybody know what sigma means? It means you add them all what? Add them all up. That's what it means. So I'm going to take my handy dandy magenta. I don't have magenta. I got to find magenta. There it is. I'm so talented. Okay, so equals summation of those 4 numbers. And I've just found the numerator for my variance. All right, does anybody have any questions about what I just did? Now that is about the easiest way that I can teach students to get the variance. Yes?
How did you just do that?
I just added them up. I just hit summation right here. See it? Auto sum up there. I clicked on it one time and I just highlighted what I wanted to add and hit enter if you use Excel. If not, take your calculator and add those 4 numbers up right quick and you should get the same thing I got. Do not round. You round at the last, and I don't know why it's doing that right there. It's supposed to be carrying it, so I need to fix that. Format cells, that's carrying a 3 or 4. Let me just do this. Hope this don't have a fit when I do this. Round at the very end. Just give me a second. Okay, so what's my variance? My variance is going to equal this number divided by, what's n minus 1? Well, what is n? How many numbers do we have?
4.
4. What's 4 minus 1?
3.
3. And that is your variance. Variance is really not that important, but now I can find the standard deviation. And what is the standard deviation? The square root of the what? The variance. Or I can just raise the variance to the 0.5 power. 0.5 or 1/2 power. The 0.5 power or the 1/2 power is the same thing as taking the square root of a number. So there is the standard deviation. Now we're going to talk about this for a minute because y'all need to understand what the standard deviation is, because it kind of, excuse me, it kind of sucks to know how to get the standard deviation but not know what it means. The standard deviation basically tells you, along with your, and we're going to highlight these three again, these three right here. Why are we going to highlight these three? Mean, median, and mid-range. Why are we highlighting those?
Because they're close.
And they're also depictions of the what?
Middle.
Middle or center. Okay? They're the definition of the center, and they also tell you if they're really close with each other, they tell you that the data is good data. Okay? There's no outliers. There's nothing to skew anything. All right? So let's look back at, let me go down a little bit here. Let me go down a little bit here. I'm trying to get everything on one. That's the whole purpose of me using this, to get it down. See if I can move it over now. Okay, that's good enough. All right. So these numbers, if I throw them out of kilter a little bit, put a 5 here. Look at what happens to the mean and the median and the mid-range. What happens?
They're not close anymore.
They're not close anymore. Now, you'll also notice, let me change this. Just give me a second. I kind of went too far. Let's go with 3 digits or 4. Let's go with 4 digits. There. Okay. Look what happened to the standard deviation. What was it? Well, 71. Let's change it to 71. That's what it was. Look at the standard deviation. What is it? 4. Okay? Watch what happens when I put that 5 in there. What does it do to the standard deviation?
Raises it.
It increases it. What is the standard deviation? I'm going to put, it's the spread. Okay, now that's not the gambling term spread. What it is it shows you how far you got between standard deviations. If it's close, the number is going to be very small. If it's large, the number is going to be larger than if it was small. How do you know what's small? Well, if you got double digits, like 72, 78, and 80, small is anything single digits. Okay? If you've got 105, 110, 115, then 20 is small, or 30 is small. You got to use a little bit of judgment there. Okay, so the 35.99. Let me put another number in here. Let's put a 70 or 65. Look at the mean, median, and mid-range. It's going back to being very close together, and look at the spread. The spread is 6.7. So these 3 indicators are very important. Okay, we'll color that one dark green. Okay? Because they all tell you if the data is leaning a certain way or if it's pretty much right down the middle. Okay? Now, what does this actually mean? Well, I'm fixing to show you something very important. So you need to make sure you write it in your notes and you make sure you highlight it as being on a test or being very important.
So the 4.4253 is what it's supposed to be, right?
Yes.
Like before you start changing it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to take my handy dandy pen and I'm going to draw a curve here. And I can't draw it very big. Let me erase this right here and then I can draw it bigger. Y'all got the formulas written down. And I'm going to draw a big curve. Now you need to draw it big, like half a page. Okay? Draw a normal curve like that. And then in the middle, you're going to put the average. And the average is 70 what? 75? 75.25. Everybody with me? Now, think of this down here. Think of this line right here. And I'm going to use a yellow color. Think of this line as the number line. And think of that 75.25 as 0. What do you do to the right? What do you associate the right-hand side of the number line with? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. So you're going to add on the right-hand side. So here, I'm going to add 75.25. So somebody take 75.25, 75.25 right here, and add 4.43. We're going to change this to 4.43. 4.43. Somebody add those two. What do you get?
4.43 and 75, you said?
75.25 plus 4.43.
79.68.
Okay, 70, hold on a second. 75.
79.68.
Okay, 70 what?
79.68.
Okay, now add again to 79.68, add 4.43.
84.11.
And add again 4.43.
88.54.
Now, if I add it on the right-hand side, what am I going to do on the left-hand side?
Subtract it.
Okay, take 75.25 minus 4.43.
70.82.
And 70.82 minus 4.43. What?
66.39.
And one more.
61.96.
So that's what you're supposed to do each time you find the mean and the standard deviation. That's basically, see, they're going to ask you something like this, okay? I'm going to move those two lines so it won't be jumbled up. Because I'm going to show you something else. And it's very important that you, there we go. Okay, so that's 3 standard deviations to the right and 3 standard deviations to the left. Okay? Just wonder if I could copy that. No, I'm not going to be able to put it on white screen. So let me go to the white screen because I want to show, we're going into something very important here. This is kind of the basis of statistics, what I'm going into as far as graphic. All right? Let me go to the whiteboard. I'm just going to ask y'all to give me that information again because I'm going to make a big, there we go. Okay, give me the middle again, 75.25. Give me the right again.
79.68.
79.68.
84.11.
And one more.
And 88.54.
And on the left?
70.82. 66.39. And 61.96.
Okay. Now, I want you to, I don't know if it has it in your book. If you have a book with an index, look up the word empirical rule. I'm going to pull it up for you and let you look at it because I know some of you don't have a book and that's fine. I'm going to look it up right quick so you can look at it. And then I'm going to put it on the board. I don't want you to think I just made it up or something. So let me get up here, go there. Okay, go here. Hold on a minute. Here we go. Empirical rule. And images. And I'm just going to pull up one that. There's one. And I'm going to. I can bring it in on whiteboard. Yes. Save image. Empirical rule. And pictures. Go to my whiteboard. Away. Pisses me off when it does this. Hold on a second. Things I do for y'all. One way to skin a cat. Trying is testing my patience.
What is?
I said this is testing my patience.
Oh,
See, there's the picture right there, but I couldn't use it. Now let me go to the whiteboard. Oh my gosh, there it is. How did it? No, that's a snippet tool. I'm sorry. Whiteboard. There we go. Now pull it in. Oh my gosh, look at there. Oh, that pisses me off. Okay, I did all that for nothing. All right, there it is right there. Now, I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to move him down right here. Okay, now I want you to take your notebook. This is very important. I want you to take your notebook, and I want you to put those percentages in each one of these regions. I'm going to do it for you also. It's kind of important because this is something you need to learn. Okay? 34%, 34%, 13.5%, 13.5%, 2.35%, 2.35%, and 0.15%, and 0.15%. Now, no matter what your numbers are down at the bottom, those percentages do not change. Okay? It's called the empirical rule. And what that says is that 95% of the population, if you add them up, if you add those numbers up, 95% of the population is going to fall between two standard deviations. Somebody take your calculator right now and add up 13.5, 34, 34, and 13.5 and tell me what you get.
$95.
Exactly. So 95% of the population, in this case, those test scores are going to fall between 66.39 and 84. And that's called normal. Whereas my daughter, she's 19 now, she used to call it normal. 95% of the population is normal. or normal? Okay, well then Hubert, what's the rest of it? Well, in this standard deviation right here, and we'll color it yellow since it's not, there's green, yellow, and red at the red light. So we're going to go with yellow here and yellow here. That's called the opposite of normal. What's the opposite of normal? Unusual. Okay, so I'm going to put a U right here, or unusual. You need to put in your notes unusual. Well, heck, what's outside unusual? Your dadgum 6 foot second grader, or your 1800 SATer, your Michael Jordan, your Tiger Wood, your Shaquille O'Neal, your Peyton Manning. What are those people? They're one of a kind, right? I mean, you might not say Shaq is the best. He's not a Michael Jordan, but he's one of the tallest. Okay. In other words, I guarantee you, when he was in the 7th grade, he was taller than everybody in his class. Okay. That's called an outlier. And I'm going to highlight that red. Because once you get out of 3 standard deviations, you're talking, say, 1, 2, 3. When you're outside of 3 standard deviations, that's what you call an outlier. So you need to highlight this region out here, red, and put a big O out there for outlier. Okay, so let's say that these are test scores. Okay, if you scored above an 88 or an 88.5, then that's you're doing very good. If you scored below a 62 or 61.96, that means you really what? You really suck, okay? Because you have scored way lower than you're supposed to. Okay? One time, I was a member of I don't know what you call it, an organization, and we were discussing buying a big purchase item, whether it be a building or whether it be whatever the case. And I threw out there, I said, I went on the internet and I looked at the same square footage. I think it was a building, okay? The same square footage made by different, or not made, but built by different people, the prices, and I took and got an average. And then what did I do with that average? Then I found the standard deviation and I drew a curve, and the price up here, I'm gonna just say was $30,000. Okay, I can't remember the numbers, okay? And the price over here was $10,000. What did that mean? That meant that if somebody came by and told us that the price of this building is going to be $50,000, what would we say?
That's too much.
It's too much. What if somebody came by and said, well, I can build that building for $5,000?
Better jump on that.
And that's a good price.
No, it's not a good price. Why? They fixing to cheat you or something, because why? The lowest price, normal price is what? $10,000. So if somebody tells you they can do it for $5,000, it's kind of like saying something is free. It's too good to be what? It's too good to be true. Chances are you and when y'all said jump on it, a lot of people would jump on that. But then what would you say if they did something wrong? You couldn't really say anything. Why? Because the old saying is you get what?
You pay for it.
You get what you pay for. All right? So when you do a cost comparison and you use the average of the average cost, and then you throw it in that standard deviation formula, then you're going to get a maximum price that you need to look out for, and you're going to get a what? A minimum price. And you're going to say, well, I appreciate you bidding $5,000, but I don't think we're going to take that price because that's a little bit scary. And then if you got somebody up here that says $55,700, you're going to say, hit the road, buddy. That's way over the average, way over the average. Because the average, I don't know, the average is $12,000 or something like that. If the average is around $12,000, then anywhere in this area, you're going to be dealing with somebody. And that's how they set up bids, basically. All right? They find the building that they want to build or something or whatever the project is. They go out on the internet or they go out and they get bids, five or six estimates, and they take those averages and put it in the middle right here. And then they put the standard deviation on the right, standard deviation on the left, and that gives you your low bid and your high bid. Dang old math at work. And that's what the standard deviation is. So let's go back to numbers that we did. And now let's put some numbers in there that's a little bit different. Let's say that we found 4 buildings, and let's say that the 4 buildings come out to be $20,000 and $26,000. That's $260,000. And then $4,000. I'm sorry, $40,000. And then $45,000. So we can go down here. Don't worry about those. That's just saying it's too small. I'm going to erase this handy dandy chart right here. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to do it in an Excel spreadsheet so you can see what it would look like. So I'm going to take the mean and I'm going to put it, let me just erase these 3. It's just a pain. What the heck was that? What? What'd she say?
It's my Great Dane.
Okay, whatever. I hate dogs. No, I ain't gonna say nothing. Equals. Alright, so we've got the average right here. And I'm gonna have to spread it out, and then I'm gonna go, okay, equals this guy plus the standard deviation. And I'm going to lock that. And then I'm going to go to the right one more. And then over here, it's equal to this minus the standard deviation, F4. And I'm going to take it one to the, oh shoot. Just give me a second. There. And I'm going to spread these out a little bit for right now. So we were building a building, and we were putting out bids. Anything below 9,300, we'd be skeptical, right? And anything above 56,000, we'd say get out of town. Because based on the averages that we got right here, anything below here is skeptical, shady. Anything above this is outrageous. You see what I'm getting at? Now, you throw one average in there that's way out of kilter, and also let's look at our median and mode. Now we're talking about BA numbers here, right? We're talking about some big numbers. Everybody agree with that? So you got to use a little bit of common sense over here. Look at your numbers over here now. Let me get this. Let me get rid of F if y'all don't mind. No, I can't get rid of F. Let me just look at your numbers. 32,750, 33, and then what? 32,500. Are they close together? Considering that these are VA numbers.
Yes.
Yes, they are close together. You're only talking about 250 off here out of thousands, and you're talking about right on the money here. So would you say, Mr. Robinson, I'm going to pick on Mr. Robinson, would you say these numbers are pretty accurate? He's asleep. Yes or no? Okay, they are. But I'm going to throw one in here like 10,000. And you start to see a little bit of fluctuation in what?
The 30 M's.
You start to see a little bit of fluctuation. Now, what's wrong down here? What does that say right there? What's wrong with that?
It's negative.
It's negative. Somebody gonna pay you to build a building?
No.
No. That's what that says. That says, okay, we want to build y'all's building, but y'all don't pay us. We're going to pay you to build your building. All right? Why did it do that? Why did it go to a negative right here? Because the averages are what? Out of kilter. Out of kilter, out of wampus. What does that mean? Y'all ever wash towels before in the washer? What happens when 2 or 3 towels get on one side of the washer? It's out of wampus. It starts to go brum, 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 brum. Okay, that's out of wampus. Your numbers right here are out of wampus. That 10,000 is not what? It's not comparative. But what if we changed it to 22,000? Look at your numbers over here. Look at your number down here.
But why does it make your X bar numbers negative?
What?
Why does it make those numbers beside it negative?
That's because you're subtracting the X bar from it. That's always going to happen. That right there is always going to happen. You don't look at that. This is part of your calculation. You don't look at that. You look at your final result down here. And these results over here, these green numbers over here. Okay?
Gotcha.
This is just this will always happen. That right there will always happen.
Okay.
All right, who's got another question? Does everybody see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now, we've just done 12.3 and 12.4. Okay, that's what this is talking about. I'm going to look over to make sure this time Wednesday we're going to look at 12.3 and 12.4 in slides and see if I've covered everything. I don't think I've covered the 5-number summary, which the 5-number summary I'm not going to do with 4 numbers, but what I would like to do next is I want to do 5 numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go down here. I'm going to do 5 numbers, and I'm going to let y'all do everything, and then we'll go over it. So let's go with ages. 18, 20, 20, 21. I'm going to go with 7 numbers. 21, 22, and 25. And that's 6 numbers, so 25. There we go. Okay, now I want you to take those numbers and I want you to go over here and find the mean, median, all that good stuff. Mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. Take a minute or two and work on it. I know what I need. I need to order InstaSmile.
What's that?
Oh my gosh, you haven't seen it?
No.
I gotta pull this up. You can fix your smile with InstaSmile.
Is midpoint and mid-range mean the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I wrote one on one and I confused myself.
That's not really what to say. What is it called? It's called, let me just say,
Are you talking about Smile Direct Club?
no, that's legitimate.
Yeah, because I use that.
Mouthpiece, what? Mouthpiece.
Smile Direct Club.
Smile. Where is it?
Is it like
There it
ginger?
is. Perfect Smile.
Are you embarrassed about your broken, crooked, and missing teeth? Do you hide your smile because you're ashamed of unsightly gaps and cracks? Would you like to have big smile confidence, but just can't afford the expensive dental work? Introducing Perfect Smile, the amazing removable, reusable veneer that instantly gives you the look of perfect teeth you'll be proud to smile about. Perfect Smile fits right over your existing teeth, so you can always put your best face forward. The secret is the super comfortable.
It's a piece of rubber you put in your mouth.
Simply soak it in hot water, press it on your top layer of teeth.
You can get those out of the candy machine.
Right over your teeth. Instantly, you can show off a perfect smile. Now, a perfect
Wouldn't
smile.
that be funny if it fell out?
Easy as 1, 2. Just watch. Put it in and show off your $1 million smile. Perfect Smile is.
That guy looks like he's
interviews. We're on dates when you
don't have an overbite at all.
When the camera comes out, you'll be proud to say cheese with a bright white smile.
I can't afford dental coverage. This gives me $1 million.
She can't hardly talk.
I know, she looks stupid.
When I go out on a date.
I wear these when I'm going out, when I'm eating out. It's just fun to smile again.
Big smile confidence.
Perfect Smile fits any size teeth. Every fit is a custom fit, guaranteed, or your money back. Instantly, you can have the look and confidence of perfect teeth. Just snap them out in the morning and be proud to smile all day long.
Some of my patients can't afford cosmetic dentistry. This is a great alternative.
That's what you need. Now, what you can actually
Please get
do,
them so we can laugh at you.
no, you do the,
Welcome back to Rolling Stone. So today is a very exciting video. I know you guys, I'm always talking about how exciting my video is going to be. But this one
I don't know how I got there.
You can.
This is funny.
I've seen it on the internet, and I saw it on TV, ESPN. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be this new thing that we're going to be able to offer. Basically, it's revolutionized dentistry. This is, for those of you who
He's an actual dentist.
board veneers, there's this new product out called My Perfect Smile. Or Perfect Smile Veneers, I'm sorry. So, this is what came in the mail here. Down here is do not keep perfect smile in your
Look
mouth
at the gum.
for 30
That
seconds.
is nasty.
Teeth for the first time. You do not want the impression material to harden while on your teeth. In fact, there's a website where you can order it, so you don't even need me to get that, which is really cool. Get that. Good. So let's go ahead and open it. Let's see what we're talking about here. So here's the brochure. Thank you and congratulations on your purchase of Perfect Smile Veneers. Pretty awesome. Phone number to conveniently order if you don't want to get it online. And here's how you custom fit your Perfect Smile Veneer. Okay, so here I've got old hot water, really hot water, like almost boiling, and then this is cold water. The first thing we do is.
Oh, come on. We're talking about the probability that you're going to use this, okay? A probability that you would actually use this crap. Okay.
Those vampire fangs that you put.
Yeah, it's about the same thing. I mean, what was it called? Sweet Smile, or what was it called?
Perfect smile.
Perfect Smile veneer. Perfect Smile as seen on TV. And he was doing a review. Let me see if we can find a review. Perfect Smile review. There he is.
So you've got this awesome new product in the mail. Congratulations on your purchase. Here I've got old hot water. Put that in there.
You put your teeth in a bowl of hot water.
See if I can.
That's your top teeth.
There we go, so we can see the back. It's like a thermoform material. It's a very technical material that will turn clear as it.
He's being kind of sarcastic.
Okay. You see now that it's clear? Can you see? Okay. So I'm going to go.
We can't hear him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That thermoform material is probably sticky, if that's what I'm thinking it is.
What did he say being sarcastic?
Let that just let it cool for 10 to 15
Can you
seconds.
hear now?
Yeah.
But I can't wait because I really want this perfect smile.
When he's saying, I really want this perfect smile, he's a dentist, okay?
Press firmly.
He's
against
being
the teeth.
sarcastic. I really want this perfect smile.
After that, they control your teeth. So I'm pushing in, and then where's left right there, I'm going to push that impression material right up against my teeth. Oh yeah. I can feel the perfect smile working. So, and I'm going to keep it in there. Pushing up with my tongue now. Alright, so I think it's in there. So I'm going to have to remove it and then place in cold water.
Now put your teeth in cold water.
To cool it before using. So the fish will turn white when it is properly hardened. So right now it's turning white when hardening. You see the white in the video there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, because it's a thermoform material, I'm assuming you can remold it as many times as you want. So here we go. So this is before. It's after. So you too can have a perfect smile. I didn't get these on Amazon, so these are great. So this is a great way to take care of your own dentistry at home. I think. Yeah, $1 million, buddy. Great.
That is funny. I mean,
well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.
So that's what you need. You need you $1 million smile. And there's some more on there that does that. But anyway, I don't know how I got off on that. But anyway, there's that. So let's go ahead and let's finish up this. And first of all, we need to find our mean. And the mean is going to be the summation of all those numbers. If it will go back right here. And how many we got? 7. So I'm going to divide by 7. And that's that number. I'm going to have to move this over a little bit because it's going to go do that every single time. So there. The median. Well, when n is odd, all you got to do is what? Find the middle. And it's going to be that number right there.
Okay, so what do you do when it's even? I forgot.
You grab the
Whatever's in
middle
between the
two, right here.
Okay.
You grab the middle 2 and take the average of those 2.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I was just making sure.
Okay. Mode, we got 2. 20,
25,
comma, what?
20.
25?
Yeah.
Range. Range is equal to the highest minus the what? Lowest. And the mid-range is equal to the highest plus the lowest divided by 2. Variance, well, we got to have x minus x bar right here. So equals this minus your mean. And check the first, the last, and the middle to check the first, the middle, and the last if you haven't done the whole column to make sure you got, a good understanding of it. And then I'm going to square each one of those. And that's going to give me this number. Okay, I don't know why it went to 10 digits all of a sudden, but whatever. And then I'm going to sum that up. And that's my number, that's my numerator of my variance. And what is 7 minus 1?
6.
So it's going to be divided by 6. And then I'm going to take the square root of that function, and that's going to be my what? Standard deviation. So now I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to put the mean in the middle. And I'm going to add on the right 2 places or 3, depending on whatever you want. So that's going to be that plus the standard deviation. And I'm going to hit F4. And then copy it to the right. Well, just copy it 3 times. There we go. And then over to the left, I'm going to subtract minus standard deviation, F4. And I'm going to copy 2 to the left there. So, normal is between 2 standard deviations right here. So that's normal. So if somebody came into my class and they were 14 years old, that would be unusual. What if they were 10?
It'd be in the red.
Outlier. That would be an outlier. What if somebody came into how old are you, Mr. Robinson?
31.
Okay, Mr. Robinson is what? He is a unusual or an outlier? He's an outlier. He's out here. So he's an outlier. Okay? Of course, I'm just making these numbers up, so he wouldn't be an outlier probably if I took, I don't want Mr. Robinson to feel bad about himself. He'd start wearing sunglasses indoors and everything. Mr. Robinson, you sure are quiet today. Everything all right?
Yeah, I've got a headache.
No, I figured something wrong. I can pick up these vibes. I can pick them up even if you're in Oconee. I can pick it up. All right.
It is cold.
Huh?
He said it's cold in here, and it is.
Well, that's got to be hard. Got to be tough. All right. So let's go to our handy dandy, and I'm going to fix this for you right quick while y'all are sitting in front of me. TCTC dot mylabsplus.com 155. Let's look at your homework. I thought I already fixed this.
Yeah, we thought you tried to fix it last class, and then we thought you fixed it. You thought you fixed it, and well, you didn't fix it.
I suck.
You suck.
All right. Let's go with homework. Let's go with change dates. All right, remind me, okay, we're in 11. Yeah, I left them open right there.
Well, they're not open on ours.
Okay, it must be I didn't. Oh, it's not assigned. Look, they're all not assigned. My bad. I didn't hit the assign button. 11.1, 11.2, 12.1, 12.2.
Is that the autopilot ones too?
You can't see them either?
No.
We can't see nothing. Last time I did something was the test.
Yeah.
Okay, let me fix this. I'm sorry. Hold on, it must be the Anderson campus. Hold on. Fly. Now see. Somebody got a computer? Y'all don't have the computers, okay.
Yeah, I got it.
See, it didn't change it. Okay, let me try it again. Assigned, apply. Oh, I didn't save. That's probably what happened. I didn't save it. All right, that's the Anderson campus. Let me check. Let me go ahead and fix Anderson's. What's the two sections that are autopilot? Is it 7 and 8 or 8 and 9? 7 and 8?
I can't remember. I don't have that sheet.
One. It's the only most important sheet, but that's okay.
I have it. I just don't have it with me.
Okay. 7-1, 7-2, 7-3, 7-4, 8-1,
Goes up to 8.3.
8-3. I need to assign that. I also need to fix the dates. So it goes to the last day of class, which is, what's that, Monday, December 4th, last day of class?
Yeah, I thought we said that's what it was.
It's the 3rd.
Is that Monday the 3rd or 4th is the last day, so it's Tuesday. So I need to change that to due on that last day of class, which is December the 4th at midnight.
It's still not up yet.
Hold on, I gotta save it. What?
I can't see it on my side yet.
Well, I'm doing Anderson right now. I gotta flip to y'all in just a second. Okay, today, what's today? Okay, that should work. Let me save that. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the Oconee campus. Seven. Yeah, yours is right. It's not assigned. That's what I forgot to do. I didn't assign it. Your dates are right. So I just got to hit assign and do that and hit save. Y'all look and tell me if y'all start to see something. I just did the autopilot. Now I'm going to do the last section that we're going over now. 12.4, 12.3, 12.2, 12.1, 11.2, 11.1. I'm going to assign it.
Yeah, 7 and 8's open.
Okay. And then today is the 29th. I'll just open it up at 8 o'clock. That's what I always do. Apply and apply. And save that, and y'all should be seeing the other one come up. See if you can see 12.1 through 12.4 and 11.1 and 11.2. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
12.4 is the last one open.
Okay. All right, everybody's good. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all Wednesday.
Okay.